May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up.
Hey YouTube, this is 13 Moons Homestead, and my name is Lynette. We're working on the greenhouse today, finally trying to clean out half of it so I can get some seeds started. So we're gonna tape, I'll speed it up so you can see what we're doing, and I'll clue you in on stuff along the way.
Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, so you make me strong. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough.
So we came in here to clean in the greenhouse today, and we pulled off the top on one side to clean underneath it and found that these pieces of wood are just resting on top of the barrels. One of them is actually pretty much empty, and the other two are full of rusty water. The barrels are corroding. We also found a dead mouse, a snake that probably went after it, little mouse nest. The walls back here are moldy. We did find the drain works, so we're going to try to drain these other two barrels so we can take them out. We're just going to get rid of them entirely. And then back there, you can't really see, but wrapped around that hose, way back in there, not sure if there's a dead snake in there or a snake skin or if it's some weird hose, but not looking forward to that treat. So this is what we're encountering today as we try to even clear out just half of the greenhouse so I can start seeds. So we'll see what happens.
So strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough.
So we found several small dead animals now. We are siphoning out the barrels. There luckily is a drain that is not clogged in the greenhouse, so we're siphoning those out so that they will not be sitting there stagnant water for right now, and then at a future date we are going to remove them completely, and I will redesign the greenhouse. They were put in there originally to be a heat sink. They're painted black and full of water. The idea is that it heats up during the day and then releases that heat at night, keeps it a little warmer in the greenhouse. But since it was not sealed, the water is not clean, and the barrels are rusting, and some of them look like they're about to rust through. So they will have to be removed at some point. But I wasn't counting on that being the case, and I need to start seeds like this week. So for today, we're going to siphon out the barrels, clean off all the tops, put everything, and clean out behind them and everything. And put the tops back, and I will use it as is for seed starting, and then this is just going to be a much bigger project. We were just going to do the one half today so that I can start seeds this week, and then come back and do the other half in a week or two when my husband has time to help again. And on the other side, we were already going to tear out the workbenches on that side because they're too deep and not really workable. So it looks like this greenhouse project has just become a much bigger project, which, you know, isn't that how all projects go? So that's fine. I actually will have some fun redesigning the space because now I can build workbenches that are a better size for me, both height-wise and depth-wise, and have more floor space. So stay tuned. We're still working on this project today. So I'll give you an idea what it looks like in here. This is one we haven't drained yet. Looking pretty gross in there. Can't even see into it. This is one that we found that was mostly empty, corroded all the way up. There are portions on the side where it looks like it might be corroding through. This is the one that's currently draining. We finally got to some clear water, and then there looks like there is some sludge on the bottom, and it's also all corroded. And we have 3 more we haven't even looked into yet.
Shining from within, I can tell that you're tough. Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, so you make me strong. Pretty little thing.
Hey everybody, it's the next morning. I'm out in the greenhouse here evaluating all the things we discovered yesterday when we started what we thought was going to be an easy cleanup. The original plan was just to move everything off of the workbench on one side of the greenhouse, clean it up, lift it, and clean underneath it and around the barrels and everything, so that I would be comfortable and safe enough to reach back there to plug things in or anything like that. And then when we lifted the benches, it became a whole different project. The barrels that I thought were sealed and had a square of plywood over the top that the workbenches were actually resting on, those pieces of plywood. But I was under the impression that the barrels were sealed underneath that plywood, and they were not. They were also metal barrels and completely corroded and rusted inside. One of them was almost empty already of water because it had corroded through and made holes. Another one was leaking through the bottom. So there were 6 barrels in total. They were all painted black, which is a great thing as a heat sink for a greenhouse when you do it right, but you can't have unsealed water barrels. It's a breeding ground for bugs, and metal in this case I think was the wrong choice. In any case, we have removed them. So we did drain them all. I'm hoping the audio will turn out on the one clip where my husband goes all nerdy and talks about how siphoning works. We do have a drain in here in the middle of the floor, which was really nice because we were able to drain it directly, and we didn't have to drain it outside onto the ground because it was really pretty gross water. So now we have one whole side has been emptied of the barrels, and it exposed even more mold on the lower walls than I thought was there. And also exposed the fact that the lower wall is not really a wall, it's just the inside of T111 siding. And there's already one spot you can see here, right there, that the mold was extensive. It's actually rotted. It rotted through, and there's already a patch on the outside of another piece of siding. So that's worse than I thought it was. My husband went through and sprayed everything with bleach and wiped it down so that, you know, at least we don't have the kicked up mold spores floating around in the air right now. And we're not sure what we want to do. It's clear that the electric is probably not properly done in here. It's also really poorly placed because it's below the level where we would be spraying water. The water pipe is installed over there. It's a thing that sticks up right here. But it's not turned on. When we turn the valve, nothing happens, so I have to figure out where that traces back to see if I actually still have water in here. And the floor under where the barrels were is just dirt, so I don't want to plant directly in the ground on this property. We've seen enough things to wonder what might have gone into it, and it's not really the kind of greenhouse that's going to get warm enough that I could grow directly from the ground anyway. I really want to use this greenhouse for starting plants and for overwintering plants, and at some point I might even make it a hothouse. Right now all I want to do is start seeds. I intended to just clean the bench and be able to start seeds. That's the video I was expecting to make this week. But now I have to make another plan. So I already was planning on the other side. Let me see if I can turn this over here. I was already planning on this side that we were going to remove these workbenches back here because they're too deep. I can't reach all the way to the back anyway, and they were made as planting boxes, and that's not how I would use it. So I already was going to take those out and reclaim that floor space and do something different on that side, which is the south side. So now that we've had to take out everything on the other side as well, I'm gonna redesign basically the entire interior of this greenhouse, and we have to consider whether we should just remove the existing siding and put something new there. I don't want to put glass all the way down for a variety of reasons, so I don't know if I should just replace the siding and protect it better with some sort of a coating with the same T111 type siding, or what I really want to do is like cedar tongue and groove, which would be fine, except that on this side over here, on the outside, there's nowhere to stand. It drops off. There's a hill, a drop off outside. So you would have to be on scaffolding really to do that. So today I'm going to make a trip into the next town over that has a Home Depot. It's about 30-40 minutes away, and walk around and price out a few different options for siding. And then once we replace the siding with something, I'm not sure what I should do on the inside. Here in the Pacific Northwest, it doesn't get super cold. We don't get very much snow and freezing temperatures, but it also doesn't get very sunny. So while it will be warmer inside the greenhouse than outside, it won't really get hot. So I'm wondering if I should also maybe put cedar on the inside with foam insulation in between or something to help retain some heat, and then I have to find a solution for heating. So lots of things to consider there. And then the flooring, I don't know if you can see, on the two sides it was just dirt underneath the tables and benches, and then down the middle are these pavers. They're all uneven. I really don't like them, so I'm considering getting landscape fabric to put down over the whole floor and put gravel, or reset with another stone or brick or something that I like, and make sure that it's actually leveled and installed correctly. So I gotta price out all of that stuff as well. So what was supposed to be, an hour, maybe 2 hours of general cleanup on half of the greenhouse yesterday afternoon turned into an all afternoon and into the evening ordeal trying to drain all the barrels, because it just takes a while to siphon them all out. And we had to move them out of the greenhouse, and they're disgusting. They're spilling everywhere. So they are out, but they're just sitting, and we're kicking ourselves. We had a dumpster for other renovations. We've had it for more than a month, and we finally had them come and take it away literally the day before yesterday, because it was basically full, but we probably could have fit at least some of these barrels in there, and now we are just stuck with some of these barrels. So we knew we'd have to get another dumpster for further renovations in a couple of months, so I guess they're gonna hang around until then, because I'm not sure what else to do with them. So I gotta find a place to put them where they're not gonna bother anything if bugs start breeding in them or something. So that's gonna be a treat. But I'm actually kind of excited, even though I didn't want to do this project right now. It's not what I was going for at all. I actually get to kind of redesign the inside of this greenhouse the way that I want to do it. So I'm thinking that through and deciding, is this where I'm going to start all my seeds? Am I just mostly going to harden off and overwinter in here? Do I want it to be a hothouse? I'm already fairly certain there will be other greenhouses on the property going forward that will be simpler and not as pretty as this one. So if this one's just going to be kind of the pretty one, maybe this is just where I grow tomatoes and herbs and stuff all year round. I don't know, but I get to choose now, because I have to in order to use it at all. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. You guys have any ideas on what to do with these lower walls? Let me know. Obviously, I need to have water and electric in here. I'm just not sure what to do with them. I don't think it's practical to make them cement block because the framing that's holding up everything is already in place. I just don't think I could remove it, and I'm not sure how you would do cement or brick or anything around the wood framing. So, but if you have any ideas, please let me know.
Baby, you're my future and you are my past. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within.
Hey everybody, it's afternoon on the second day of working on this project, and I just wanted to check in with you. I'm losing light, so this portion will be short. I finally just decided after doing some shopping around in Home Depot and pricing some things out that for right now we're just not going to take on the giant project that this has suddenly become, because I really just need to use the greenhouse now. It's the only one that I have, and I don't have space inside the house to start seeds. So I bought some sawhorses, some really cheap ones, just to get the bench tops back up so that I can work on starting seeds this week. So let me turn you around and I'll show you what we've got going on here. Okay, so as you can see, it's a much shorter bench now. I just got some really cheap kind of plastic sawhorses to hold everything up for right this minute. That will work just fine, just to get seeds started for now. So I don't have time tonight to get everything put out and cleaned up and whatever, but I just wanted to show you that I found a solution that makes it workable for right this minute. We still have a ton of stuff to do. This whole other side, we just stacked everything over here when we were going to clean the first side. So it's all stacked up. So this week I will be cleaning that up and moving some things around, moving them, the things that I can still use over to the workable bench, and generally getting this side cleared off so that when my husband has a few hours again, we can start removing the stuff on this other side, because all of these tables are also coming out. And I haven't decided yet what all I'm going to do with the entire greenhouse space, because now that we're pretty much removing all the original stuff, I can kind of do it how I want to do it. And we realized that all of the siding on the lower portions of the walls needs to be replaced. It looks like it's going to cost about $500 just to do the exterior siding, kind of no matter which method we choose. So we're just going to put that off until we decide actually what we want. So we want to do it the right way, and that might actually cost a little more because it clearly wasn't done the right way the first time. So we want to do it better if we can. But it will still be usable, at least on one side, for the next few weeks. And once all of the starts are transplanted into the garden and it's summertime, then we'll probably pick back up on the greenhouse project and get some appropriate workbenches built, or shelving, or whatever. We're going to change up the flooring. Not sure yet what I'm going to do with that, if I'm going to do a hard floor or a gravel. So we'll see. Sorry about the light change there. I'm losing light. It decided to change all of a sudden. So thanks for tuning in. If you are enjoying our videos, then please hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Hit that thumbs up to like it, share it with your friends, and comment down below. All that stuff helps us grow our channel. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you again on the next video.
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Just the sight of you when I'm at my weakest point makes a world of difference, so you make me strong. Pretty little thing, You're a diamond in the rough.